Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 61.6 kilograms and trains under Luke Pizzuti and Johnny Barra Benavides out of Lions Den Academy and PPMA. Boasting a professional record, 20 wins, 12 losses, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, this is the challenger, Alan Super Ali. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 61.5 kilograms and trains under Ben Vickers out of Scrappy MMA and the Costa Academy. Boasting a professional record, 7 wins, 5 losses, fighting out of Perth, Australia. Make some noise for the reigning, the defending, eternal bantamweight champion, Rod Costa!
Touch gloves you want to.
Our great referee Matt Wynn has the assignment for this co-main event of Eternal 82. About to get this one underway. I want to get your thoughts, Matthew Williams, on that. This is the first time that Philpott is contesting 5 rounds.
Yeah, and that's just insane. Look, he's been doing this sport since he was 12 years old. He's now a 31-year-old man. First time over 5 rounds. Look, I don't think that matters too much. He's so experienced, I think he can do it quite comfortably.
This matchup presented by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey.
But I reckon that he doesn't want to see the 5th round. I feel like he feels like he's going to win. He's so confident he's going to win, but for him, it's about how he wins and how he looks doing it. He's extremely confident tonight. And this is where the rubber meets the road for the 2 top bantamweights in the country to settle the score and the championship bout.
Probably why he predicted a 2nd round stoppage as well. So, but again, it's always about experience, isn't it? Even though he's 31. Oh, nice knee there by Philpott.
Good knee to the top of the head there. Legal technique. Rob, he's got this counter-striking high guard that he uses. So he's standing there with a high guard. He likes to parry and counter jab or parry and calf kick. But you notice at the moment, Philpott is showing a southpaw stance. Watch throughout the fight, he'll flirt back and forth between the stances. There's a hard inside low kick from Costa that sent Philpott sprawling to the mat. Super Ali, silky smooth striking. Moved over to Lions Den recently, super interesting. They've had so much success, including here tonight. And so some real changes, and he seems a different beast. In the orthodox stance now, hard check from Super Ali. And you don't want to throw too many of those and have them checked hard, especially in a 5-rounder.
And the strikes that Costa took against Sean Edgell as well, he was able to get eventually down to the mat. He has improved his striking, but you could probably give the striking advantage to those guys. So I wonder when Costa's going to find a way to get it down to the mat where he's a beast.
Yeah, Rod Costa not known as a striker. He uses his counter striking effectively to his effect, but he knocked out Van Heeden way back in the day.
That's why that was such a shock, because that was all done with striking, not one takedown offense.
Correct. But Philpott, you feel like this is Philpott's path to victory is in the striking, and his kryptonite over the years, Super Ali, has been submissions. A lot of his losses coming by way of submission. Well, he's got one of the best submission specialists in the country in front of him right now. So the path to victory probably clear for both lads.
We see the advantage for both guys as we look at them right in the centre of, and this is the opportunity for Costa. But nice little rabbit punches, uppercuts. Costa's got him up against the cage. All elbows coming down from Philpott.
I feel like
punches.
People, even though he's been submitted quite a few times, I feel people underestimate his grappling. He's only a purple belt, but that's in the gi. That's in the cloth. And MMA is a super high-level grappler. He's found himself in some bad positions in the past and come up short, but don't underestimate Philpott's grappling. He's been doing this a super long time.
And he's improved.
And he's improved massively. Now's where Costa wants to be strong body lock, looks to insert that broomstick to try and extend the base of Philpott, chest glued to the top of Philpott's back. Now it's time for the Brazilian to go to work. Looks to turn the corner, he'll look to reap that leg, potentially swap his legs and look to drag Philpott back to his right-hand side. Good defense from Philpott. Not out of danger yet, body lock still in effect. Good head position from Costa. Some good damage from Philpott. Short, sharp knees and elbows, making Rod Costa earn every second, trying to crack down on that arm. If he gets taken down, he's going to look to counter with that straight away and try and come over to mount. Costa wary to that. Not the first time he's seen that defense, but this might end up in a bit of a stalemate until Costa changes his position. He might look to step around that back leg of Philpott, and he does.
Philpott's defending quite nicely, but again, we mentioned in other fights before about positioning because he got the advantage where it's right near his corner so he can hear instructions from his own team.
Yeah, and
elbows.
And look, the head coach there of Lions Den, he's an expert coach. Some of the best in the country coming out. Philpott elevated, slammed on his back, 20 seconds to go, and the crowd goes mental. Huge exclamation point to round number 1 for Costa. Elevated Super Ali to the sky and slammed him down.
Philpott was doing quite well right up to that moment.
He was doing really well, and a little bit of blood at the end of round 1, but might be more of a scratch.
Then we go round 2. Southpaw stance for Philpott.
Yeah, that's smart from Philpott. I like that. The counter game of Costa is most effective against an orthodox opponent. Kicking the wrist of Costa is Philpott with the high left kick. Slips outside the jab, hits him with a cross and a left hook. Costa's
willing to take some damage to try and get the fight where he's king.
Oh, super durable, isn't he? Kicking to the wrist again. It's Philpott. Digs to the body. Not a lot of the signature movement we often see from Philpott, but he doesn't have to. He's got a pretty stationary target and Costa in front of him. We're not used to seeing much head movement from Costa, just prefers that kind of high guard. Fades back into a bit of a diamond, a bit of a Poirier guard, showing a little bit of elbow. Outside foot position from Philpott takes away the inside leg kick. Always go tit for tat. Little murmur ripples around the crowd here at HBF Stadium.
Yeah. They're intrigued because they're very educated here in Perth, and they know basically where Rod wants to get this fight.
I love how Philpott's kicking up to that wrist of Costa. That's a smart play. So whenever someone's got that high guard, it's pretty hard to defend that. You don't need to get the head, the toes wrap around, but every time you kick that hand, it takes a little bit of power out of it, and they're good scoring shots.
Difference at this stage of the fight as well, where between this and Costa's matchup with Sean Etchell, he was taking a lot of damage and he was hurt before he was able to get it ground. I don't believe he's been seriously hurt at all in this fight so far. So
Philpott just chipping away at the defences so far, Brett.
Oh, as we say that was a nice punch there by Philpott, but blocked by Costa.
Yeah, shifted forward into southpaw, triples up to the body, comes upstairs with a left hook. Good fast hands from Super Ali. Looking every much the part of his namesake with that speed. Back into southpaw. Tries to check to draw that left hand of Costa outside to find a home for the left straight. Nothing doing. Costa just chipping away, trying to find his timing, and he does. Huge double leg halfway into round number 2, Brett.
And this time it's right in front of Costa's own corner at Scrappy MMA. You can see Ryan Gray, Josh Della and Ben Vickers right in front of him. And you hear the crowd reaction, what they were waiting for as well, this moment where Costa was able to get it to the mat.
Yeah, and Philpott's talking to him. He's chirping away on the bottom. I'm not sure he's chirping to Costa or he's chirping to his corner, but he's having a lot to say down there, and I bet they're not sweet nothings. He's not telling me he loves them. This is now the fundamental difference between this takedown and the last one Costa had is now he's got time to work.
Yeah, exactly. More time, and there was a nice elbow by Costa, but see if he can keep it here and try and work for that submission game that he's so good at.
So he's driven Philpott back now, and he'll look to put pressure on Philpott's head against the cage, and he'll use that to direct pressure down through the hips and look to separate the legs now, potentially look for a pass. Doesn't need it yet, though. Minute 40 to go. He's getting some good control time here, and as he looks to free his hands, he might look to rain down a couple of punches to assist the guard pass. Philpott content just to keep the guard locked here. He doesn't want to expose his back in any way, shape, or form to Costa in the ensuing scramble. There you go, chasing the armbar is Philpott, turning the corner, and he was in temporarily on a good defense from the BJJ black belt. Awesome intent there, and looking for the triangle now is Philpott. Didn't quite have the arm controlled.
It's good moments there by Philpott in a round that's being controlled a lot by Costa.
Yeah, I like the intent there from Philpott, but it's high risk. He's got an absolute submission specialist, an IBJJF world medalist, black belt on top of him.
He's getting set to try and push himself off the cage, and I think that's exactly what Ryan Gray's telling him right now.
Yeah, look, that kind of stops working at about blue belt level. I think Costa's probably seen that so many times. He's about 4.5 steps ahead. 30 seconds to go. Side control now from Costa. It's not a great position to strike from. So he's knee on belly to mount. Philpott gets the butterfly hook. Looks to get back to half guard, and he does. Well done.
Oh, he's got the full mount now.
That's a full mount. 18 seconds to go. Philpott just needs to control the posture, keep chest to chest. Oh, turns his back. Risky maneuver and a hard punch from Costa. 10 seconds now. Costa's starting to get to work. Crowd's starting to come to life.
It's going to run out of time, but very good round for Rod Costa, the current eternal bantamweight champion.
Yes, fight.
Well, it's round 3, scheduled for 5-minute rounds. So, yeah, there's a bit of a target there for Philpott, but you know the game plan. Striking for Philpott, and Costa's going to try and get it to the mat.
Yeah, look, Philpott's had 36 professional MMA fights. He's seen that swelling, and already he's throwing a left hook at that swelling, and he's throwing his left straight when he's in southpaw at that swelling. So if that gets too significant, it's going to really take Costa's ability to see.
Yes.
And a worst case scenario, of course, a fight can be stopped when a fighter can no longer see it at their eye. A long way from that, though, in this championship ramifications.
But it's it's looking pretty susceptible now. So, but yeah, Costa's going to try and keep circling around, trying to avoid getting hit in that spot. But again, Philpott's got the target.
Yeah, Philpott, look, he's just trying to set it up. He's trying to throw the right hook to that eye.
It's good work from the corner of Scrappy MMA. They had a bit of work to do at the end of round 2.
Angles off beautifully there. Ali-esque, if you don't mind. Good hard shot to the body of Costa. He's going to shoot, but when's he going to do it? Brett, that's what every one of these 3,500 people in attendance today is wondering. And you at home, I hope you join the action as much as we are calling out for you folks, as Super Ali starts to get underway, letting the hands go.
Oh, that's it. There's the takedown, but Philpott, can he get back up?
Oh,
very good work.
Great defense from Philpott. And on the guillotine, it's Philpott. Looking to finish the guillotine on the BJJ black belt in guard. Arm in guillotine. Needs to get that right elbow high. Not a lot of pressure exerted through the hips, and it was only a matter of time until Rod Costa finds himself once again in a place as familiar as his living room couch.
And look where he is,
with
right in front of his own corner.
Roll.
Right in front of Ben Vickers there.
Come on, Rod, I need inside control. You need inside control.
Collar tie from Costa, using it by the head up of Philpott, who does well to create space.
Straight in there is Costa, trying to not give Philpott any time to breathe.
He's going to look to drag Philpott forward. He takes the
this
back.
is dangerous.
This is dangerous. Hook both hooks in, and it's Philpott with 2.5 minutes to fend off one of the most dangerous submission artists in the game. Rod Costa, heavy punches from Rod Costa, the bantamweight champ. Digs the left hand through, maintains position, now in the mount with 2 minutes.
Big concerns for Alan Philpott. Still raining down punches, was looking for the submission. He's going to go for the arm triangle choke, or is he going to keep grounding and pounding, Matthew?
Yeah, he's got a lot of time to play, and his corner will be just reminding him of that fact. So you threaten the head arm choke, you threaten the head arm choke, but the way his legs are positioned, I don't think he's going to go there. You can finish this from mount, but with the body triangle will be incredibly unorthodox. Too high, he might try and shift that shoulder down underneath the chin. Now, to get this choke, you need an angle, so you need some kind of pressure that drives. Oh, now he can finish it. Now he's in danger.
He's tapping, it's all over. Rod Costa, still the eternal MMA bantamweight champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge has called a stop to this fight at 3 minutes and 34 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner via submission to a head and arm choke, and